Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Poor Boy's Little Homestead. Today, we're going to see if we could diagnose the problem with this 2006 Nissan Frontier. Driver side, driver door, the window. The motor's not out, but it sounds like something's getting in a bind in there, and every now and then I have to grab it and help it on up. So we're going to take this door panel off and we're going to take a peek and see what we can get done. First up, you got to unsnap these right here at the door latch. Everything snaps together nowadays, so you got to be careful not to break them. And then we got to pop up this where your window controls are. You got to pop that up. It just latches in. Then you get your like a screwdriver or something flat and work it under that door. And pry out easy and slow. Like I said, this plastic latches pops in on everything. Yeah, that right there pops off. Then you got two Phillips screws right here. Remove them two Phillips screws. In the front, under your latch, remove it. Now look at there, instead of putting a Phillips screw there, looks like that's probably a, I can get it off with these pliers, but it looks like that's probably a size 10. Wasn't on there very tight. Very tilted out, then you gotta we're gonna unplug this. I'm gonna turn the key back off. We're gonna unplug this control panel. You got a little plastic deal there you gotta push in on, undo it. And we're gonna set this door panel over here out of the way. Now, got this cover glued on here. Stuck on with some nice sticky tape to keep the dust and all out of your door. Pull this up so we can get a good look in there. There's your motor right there. We'll have to remove them 3 screws to take the door handle bracket off so we can get a better look behind there. When you're taking stuff apart like this, if you take your phone and take you a picture of it before you remove each part, that way when you start reassembling, if you forget where something goes, you can always go back and look at that picture. We finna roll her up and see. See, it's like it gets in a bind. It sounds like the cables or something's in a bind in there. Alright guys, what it looks like. And I'm going to try to hold the camera up here in the light, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. On the motor where the cable wraps around the spool in there, it's done jump track. The cable has. I think if I get that cable back in the right track, the cable's getting in a bind when it's trying to roll the window up. Alright, right down in there. That's the back of the motor, and the cable goes around and around that. And it's got little grooves that cable runs in. That cable right there done jumped up on top of one of them grooves. I'm gonna see if I can take a screwdriver, and as I'm rolling the window up and down, make that cable jump back in track. If I can, it may be an easy fix. Okay, gentlemen, first attempt was a failure of trying to get it back on track without removing it, but now I'm gonna remove it. This is number 10. These screws the size number 10 millimeter. We're gonna try this. May end up having to order a new one, but that's made onto the motor, so when you do, you're gonna have to buy the whole motor, I'm pretty sure. It's just a 2006 model, so I can't complain. Got to raise this window up until you get these bolts in the bottom of the window line with these two holes. You take them out, and then we'll remove the window out of the truck. To remove your window, after you move them two bolts, you pull it up. And then you got to tilt it forward and come out with it. And be careful, don't drop that window, that'll cost you a bunch of money. I'm gonna set it in the passenger seat. So we got the window out now. Now I gotta unplug this little plug. Just pushes down and unsnaps there. That's actually what's bringing your power from your truck to it. And then we got to remove these two screws on the bottom and these two, and that's the track that you, when the cable runs up and down. So guys, if you're replacing the whole motor, if the motor goes out, don't just buy this motor. Most of the time you can buy the motor with this window track already attached And all you gotta do is put it in there and bolt it, drop your window in, bolt it, and you put it back together. If you buy just the motor, then you got the fool with running this cable in this track. You can see what's done happened here. My cable's done got off track. And it happened during the ice storm. There was ice built up on here. And that's when it all came about. But I ought to be able to get this back on track and put it back in and be good to go. But I'm going to have to plug it back up right here. But that's what's wrong. It's off track. And I don't know if it's going to stay on track. It might. We're going to try it one time. If it don't stay on track, next time I'll just order the whole thing. But it's just done junk track. Looks like it got trash under it. So I could have been done if I'd have just took it out to begin with instead of trying to fix it without removing it. Alright, now we're finna reinstall. Sure, I put it back in there the right direction before I ever start. But like I said, this is how simple it is if you just order the whole new thing to replace it. Might not be as simple getting these holes lined up. Nah, it's got little hangers there. Look at that. Nissan knew what they was doing, hit you out on that. Put your two bolts back in down here at the bottom, that holds your track. Two bolts up here at the top that holds your track. Tighten them back up. Put your three bolts back in that holds your motor in. Snug them up, don't get them over tight. Run your wire back through that hole. Plug that up. Then you want to run it to where your window bolt's on. You got to have it lined up with that hole right there to get in there. And then we'll be setting our window in next. You gotta make sure your window's where it's gonna be. Cause this one has a contour to it. You have to come from the outside. Turn it up and put the end down in there. And as you're going down, start twisting it in place and putting it in your groove back here in the back of your window. Just like that. You come down here and you line up holes on your window. And that's where you need 3 hands right now, because I didn't put these 2 little screws right back through that window. Normally, if you have a electric window messes up and you can hear the motor running, 9 times out of 10 it's something wrong with that cable. Either the cable broke, if the motor's running and your window ain't going up and down, usually the cable's broke. Alright, let's see if this little baby gonna work. There we go, look at that. Oh, it done jumped track. But guys, that's how you replace it. I'm just gonna have to order me a new motor and put a new motor in there, because it's still jumping. You hear this. You can hear that cable. You can hear that cable. It's trying to jump back off the track again. It ain't jumped off yet, but I can hear it. I hear that cable rubbing. So now we're gonna put her little I'm gonna unplug this, turn my key off. Then you just put your screen back on here. But you always want to put this cover back on here, because that helps to get the dust out. Before you put your door panel on, you gotta remember this, because I forgot to do that. Put your bracket back on. And then things might work a little better. Yes, sir. I was trying to look for my holes to put my door panel on, and wasn't no holes there. That's because I didn't have the bracket on. At least I know what the problem is, and I can order me the whole new little motor and track, and I can continue on driving my little truck until my new part comes in. But y'all seen the there just snap back in place. And you got your screws that goes back in your door. That ain't them. That's these right here. And that goes in, you stick the top in first like this, and then you push down and it snaps in place. Make sure you give these screws here a little snug, because that's where you're pulling on your door when you're opening and shutting it. And that there. Just That's down in there and pops back in place. And then we got one more screw right here that goes behind you. Door latch. Then you put your little cover back in there. Pops in place. Put your little pretty cover back over your thing, snaps in place. That's all it is to it, guys. You can hear mine, that cable's, what it is still on track, but that cable, when it jumped track, it like flattened that cable and it's making a grinding sound. And it might work 10 more years like this. And it might break the cable or jump off track tomorrow. But I'm probably gonna go on and order the new part, the whole little motor and the thing, and you've seen how simple. But anyway, I hope this video helps somebody out. Show you how you can change your window motor and track out. Thanks for watching. God bless and have a great day.